think that he might actually be more interested in Choa than SeSung. But he's just had more opportunities to get to know SeSung because SeSung has been in the house. Oh. Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale and this is DISBYDEM. Today we're talking about episode 5 of my siblings' romance. And it's gonna be a review, people, because I just didn't feel like watching. I'm recording myself, if I'm being honest. But it also came in handy. Sorry if you hear that, my dog is just, doing dog things. But it's also a good thing because I had a lot of thoughts on a few people and I can actually really express myself in detail without having to concentrate and read subtitles and catch everything that's going on. So do all the right things and let's get into it. So the episode starts with it snowing, and if you remember from episode I think 2 or 3, I'm not really sure which, they made a pact, kind of like a mission, that on the first snow of the season they will declare themselves to the people they are interested in. Jiwon and Youngwoo head out for their date, and when she said she liked mint chocolate chip ice cream, I was like, but then he said he liked it too. I was like, I'm just kidding. I like mint, peppermint tea, but I can't stand mint. I like chocolate, but I will not have mint and chocolate together. I'm just not a mint chocolate ice cream person or flavor or anything. Mint chocolate together, not me. Anywho, their day was like long. Did they spend the entire day together? Because they kept going back and forth, especially with them. And then people like Yoonha and Chol Hyun, we only saw once and then they were back home. So I was like, okay, is production trying to sell us this couple? Is that what's going on? Are they the poster couple for us? Because I don't buy it. I didn't really buy it. Like, they had really fun conversations, don't get me wrong. But even throughout the date, I kept watching Youngwoo because he was the one I was watching. She obviously is interested. Anybody will be interested in him. I mean, have you seen him? Excuse me? But I kept watching him because I know from his interactions with Choa that he really, really likes Choa. His body language is all for Choa. But with Jiwon, he was responding, yes. He was teasing her, yes. But it was almost kind of like, my sister's friend vibes that I was getting. And also what they were talking about, it wasn't that deep. It was very surface. Like, what kind of ice cream do you like? Do you like going mountain? I mean, it's all getting to know somebody. But it wasn't like deep-rooted conversations. And I just wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I wanted to dislike G1, but I physically cannot dislike the name G1 because of how much I love G1 from Marry My Husband. So, and she hasn't done anything. I actually like her and I hope that she finds somebody. But I'm very much Youngwoo and Choa. I'm very much rooted in that relationship and I'm rooting for them. Then we see SeSung and Choyun. God, I hope I'm pronouncing these names well. Choyun. They go for a walk. They agree to go for a walk. Apparently, he's interested now. I'm not exactly sure what happened between him and Juyeon, but it's like that's out the window because she even moved on as well. So he's interested in SeSung and they had fun. They had a really good time on their walk. But I knew that she's all for Junseop. And don't even get me started on Junseop. We will dissect Junseop a little bit later. But I know that SeSung is like head over heels for Junseop. So Cholyon's all of this, I was like, it's not gonna be anything because she has eyes only for one person in that house. But he kept touching her shoulder. He kept touching her, like he kept making physical contact. So I really did think that he was into SeSung. I feel like he really does like her. They go out, they then go to a cafe after that and they talk a little bit. Turns out that he started liking her after her day one phone call with her mom and dad. Another thing with Chohyun, he's the other person that I'm going to dissect a little bit later on in this review. Every time they go to his one-on-one interview, he's like, oh, I'm attracted to this kind of person. I'm attracted to this kind of person. I'm attracted to this kind of person. And every time it's a different kind of person that he's attracted to. And I'm like, who do you like? Because I don't really know based on what you're saying. It's almost like you like everybody, and I didn't want to make any judgments. Like I didn't even know that I missed out on the whole job reveal of episode. I think it was 2 or 3, but in episode 4 or 3, I don't remember whatever episode that it was, because I have those bootleg. I had those bootleg episodes that cut off at 2 hours. I didn't know I was missing like 30 minutes of content. So I've gone and I've caught up on every single one that I've missed. So I've seen all their jobs. And when he said model, honestly, Choyeon changed in my eyes. And I'm not going to generalize and say all models are like this, but models they have their groupies, they get the girls. So it made me honestly question him and see him in a different light. It's not bad or anything. I still want that family unit for him and Choa. I think that I think everybody deserves to be loved in that kind of way, at least once in their lives. And I want that for them. But with everything that he says, it makes me question his intentions truly in this. This is only episode 5. We're going up to 16. So, and this is all produced. So I know things will change, but I'm definitely almost side-eyeing Cho Hyun right now. SeSung then says that she thinks that Cho Hyun is like her dad, and apparently her dad had said find someone like me. I mean, she's just making conversation, if I'm being honest, because I think she still is 100% in love with Jun-sub. Later at night, back at the house, SeSung starts writing her notes to declare her feelings for Jun-sub, obviously. Goes to put it in his drawer and then chickens out, and she said that she didn't want to pressure him, which was good and bad. I felt like if they had made a mission, just do it. What will be yours will be yours. If somebody is feeling pressured about you coming to them with your feelings, I personally think that they are not that into you. Because it's one thing to say, oh, you know what, this seems fast, but I'm on board, let's just slow it down, than to say, I'm feeling a little pressured, back it up. I think it's two different things. Now, I'm not saying Jun-sub has said anything by now, but I just feel like if that's the mission they had set for them to declare somebody on the first snowfall, then she should have just gone through with it. Jun-sub returns and is off again on his date with SeSung. He had stopped and he got her a bag of, like, I think it was hand cream. He got her a gift, basically, as his way of declaring his feelings for her. Looks like Jun-sub, it looks like he noticed that Cho Hyun had been hanging around he and SeSung. So he'd noticed that Cho Hyun had developed feelings for SeSung, and he tells her that he wanted more time with her, but because Cho Hyun was always hanging around, he couldn't really get to talk to her. Let me finish what happened before I really deep dive into Jung-sub, because he is slowly becoming my least favorite person in the house, and I will tell you why. Then he goes on to ask what she did all day. She says she went for a walk, but she didn't include who she went for a walk with, because he had just expressed his concerns about Cho Hyun. Obviously, I mean, I get why she panicked, but I would have just said it, because guess what? Jun-sub is not your boyfriend yet. Cho Hyun is not your boyfriend yet. You're all getting to know each other. This is what it is, right? Then Jun-sub, she tries to change the subject, but he comes back to it because he's that kind of person. He niggles, he needles. He's very like, oh, who are you going out with? What are you guys doing? Who are you going out with? Who are you interested in? And it's very immature is what it is. But again, I said I will finish their date before I deep dive into Jung-sub. So he brings it back and he says, who did you go with? She immediately answers Chun-ho. Like, she didn't even wait to say it. She just said, yeah, Chun-ho. He didn't like that, obviously. So the mood in the car kind of switched. Then it cuts to them in having their dinner in the wine place, wherever it is that they were eating. And he brings it up again and brings Cho Hyun into the conversation again. And I wrote down, I was like, I think he's insecure with these kinds of questions that he asks, because what should it matter? Yes, you've said that obviously he has expressed himself to her, but so have you. if it bothers you just so much, you just be like, I don't particularly like it, but in the end, it will be your choice. And I just want to show you that I'm here for you. If that's what you want to do, then say that in the relationship. Why are you needling? He's giving insecure, and I don't like it. Even with the way like he behaves, he gives insecure, possessive, extremely jealous. This is all before she's even asked a ton of questions of him, And I was just like, I don't like it. It's giving small mind. It's giving small boy has not developed mentality. And I don't mean to be crass or rude, but this is what I'm getting from him, and I don't want that for SeSung. And unfortunately, the girl she's in the sunken place with this guy because she is gone. She is gone. She cannot see beyond Jungsup. And I think that he will break her heart. Even if they end up together, I still feel like it is going to be struggle love because of his personality, unless he somehow develops before, the end of the episode or the end of the season. She asks if he's the jealous type, and he says no. And no, he is extremely jealous. He, you know what? I don't want to besmirch his character. So let's just keep watching and let's see what happens. Then we see Yoonha and Chulhyun, and they're talking but not really about much. And honestly, they spent like all of 30 seconds there before they cut back to Jiwon and Youngwoo. And this was where I was like, they left in the morning, it is night, and they're still together. Then we see Jaehyung and Jiwon on their date, and Jiwon says that he caught her eye on the first day. He asks why, and she said, because you are handsome. And I love that. She said it like without she said it very easily. Like it just came out like very freely, and I love that. I really do like that family. If I'm being honest, Youngwoo and Juyeon are probably my favorite siblings in the house. I really do like them. I just like the way she's very honest and like just there's a particular word that I'm trying to think of with the way that she answered that question, and I can't really think about it right now, but I just love how there was no intention behind it. It was just stating the truth because it was the truth. Love that. The panel of hosts lost their minds. So when she said it was because you were handsome, and I was dying, I was laughing. They talk a little bit and then they decide to head out for karaoke. She was 100% on board. We all know that Jaehyung likes to sing, so that was kind of nice. She thanked him for cooking for her and said that she'd liked for her next date to be with him. Now, at that point, it just seemed like she was making conversation, but in her one-on-one interview, she said that was her way of declaring her feelings for him. In the car, she told him that it had snowed because he didn't even notice, and that he should make sure he declares himself, to whoever by the end of the day. So, back to SeSung and Jungsup, they go to this photo booth and they take some, really cute, funny pictures. On the car ride back, it was a lot of intense gazing from SeSung. You know the way she looks at him, right? Like she was doing it. And I get it, this girl is in love with him, but he's not, I don't think he's all the way there yet. But it's SeSung. She wears her heart on her sleeve. This is her being her, and I love that for her. I just don't like who she has chosen to freely express herself to. At least not now. I don't know. He doesn't impress me at all. He doesn't. There's something off about him, and I just can't. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jaehyung, he blows us away with karaoke, man. The guy is so good, and he was just singing for himself too. He wasn't singing to impress anybody. You could just tell that he was enjoying himself, doing what he loved it. Juyeon had a ton of praise for him. Is her name Juyeon or Yujeong? God, I think it's Juyeon. Yeah, Juyeon. Yes, guys. Yeah. Just bear with me. Anyway, she had a ton of praise for him. It was just one thing after the other, and I love that. I think that she really, truly likes him. I'm not really sure where Jaehyung is right now. I don't necessarily think that he has settled on one woman. But you see, his approach to dating the women and figuring it out is something that I can respect, because he's not being overly expressive to any single person. He's like, this is the process. I'm going to meet every single person, get a feel for the situation, and I think then I will make a choice. Unlike Junso and a little bit Cho Hyun, not as much as Jungsob. Jungsob himself is like, oh, I really like you, I'm gonna buy you gifts. Buying a woman gifts, giving a woman gifts consistently is telling her that you are where I want to be. And if you haven't made your mind up yet, why are you doing that? It just seems like a recipe for disaster to me. But again, let's leave Jungsob. Back at home, Jungwoo and Choa, they catch up later in the night, like for a very short while. They're just talking. Oh, they're just talking. She obviously was working all day again. I just feel I feel bad that she doesn't really have the time to connect like every other person in this house. It's almost like she honestly, I think maybe she has spent all of like 2 hours in the house since they entered it, and I don't know. I hope that this trip that's coming up maybe will be enough time for her to really get to interact with the people, the two people that she seemed interested in, you know. Jungsup then proceeds to ask Choa who her date is for tomorrow. Yet again, it's like, what business is it of yours? What freaking business is it? And he didn't ask it once. That's my thing. You ask it once, they tell you no, you keep on going, you know? Or you ask it once, they evade the question, you keep on going. He kept niddling. Who are you going with? Who are you going with? We can tell now. We can discuss. And it's like, grow up, man. Grow up. You're in a house where everybody is dating everybody. You have to be okay with the fact that the person that you like is going to date somebody else. God, I just, I don't know what it is about him, but he's starting to annoy me. He really is. Then he tells her that he was disappointed that she was busy again today. And I wrote in asterisks, I was like, I feel like he is playing with fire, because I can respect the fact that he's trying to get to know her because she has always been on his list. But I feel like he has shown too much emotion to SeSung. He has indirectly or even directly, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. He has indirectly like given SeSung the impression that he is mostly interested in her, and that is not the case. And that's what pisses me off. It's like, you're allowed to date multiple people and figure it out. That is fine. And then when you decide you stick to one person, don't give one person the impression that you have decided only to dump them at the finish line, you know? Just because another he's pissing me off, and I don't even know why he's pissing me off so much, but I just can't stand it. Anyhow, everyone but Jaehyung and Juyeon are back at home, and they get the text message to send, you know, who made your heart flutter for the night. SeSung texted Junsob, and Junsob texted SeSung, so at least that was good. Yoonha texted Cholhyun, and Cholhyun texted Yoonha. He said that he is interested in people who are musical and that he had a very fun time on their date. Now, we didn't really get to see much of their date. We saw them laughing, you know, and talking, but he can talk to a wall. So I'm not really sold on that yet. Juyeon texted Jaehyung, and Jaehyung texted Juyeon back, and what he said was, "It snowed today." So that was his way of declaring his feelings for her because of the snowfall. That was the mission, so he kind of did it there, which was kind of nice. Honestly, I felt that. I thought that it was thrilling. Again, I don't know that he is sold on Juyeon yet. Not really sure where his head is at, to be honest, but I thought that that was nice. Jiwon texted Youngwoo, and I honestly 100% thought that he was going to text her back. You know, not because I thought that he liked her, but because they'd spent the entire day together. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I guess maybe he would say something like, "Thank you for the day," or anything. But again, he was really thinking about his decision. And I knew that this guy likes Choa. That is who he has set his sights on. That is who he wants. And in the end, he texted Choa, who also texted him back. Now, obviously, Jiwon was left, you know, it was kind of sad, and I really felt for her. I really did. But I hope that she finds somebody else in the house, or, you know, I don't know. I hope that maybe she doesn't take it personal. I don't know. I really don't know. I felt bad for her, but what else can you do? I just really ship Youngwoo and Choa more than I ship her and Youngwoo. So yeah, I hope she finds somebody. That's all I can say. I really do, because I do like her personality. I like her, and I think that she does deserve to find somebody. But in the house, who suits her? That is my question right now. Who in the house will I say would suit Ji-won's personality? Maybe Jaehyung. Maybe that's the only person that I can think of. Yeah, that's probably the only person that I can think of. Um, so they received a letter later that night. By the time Jaehyung and Juyeon returned, in fact, as soon as they came back, they received the letter, and it says that they are going on a 2-day trip. The guys will choose who they want to travel with. The catch, though, is that they cannot choose any of the previous partners from the ring ring date or the Cupid date, which just sucked balls, because I was like, when they said you guys can choose, I was like, yes, Youngwoo and Choa will get to hang out again and see if, the connection is real. And then they hit us with the caveat, and I was like, fuck you. The main chick on the panel, I don't know her name, but she was very excited about it. She was like, yes. And I think it was because of SeSung and Junseop. She was like, yes, maybe they need to break them up or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But when he was flirting with Choa after his date with SeSung, the panel wasn't really impressed. But because they're so nice, nobody wants to call him out on it. And I was like, you know what? Get some people on there who will call it out, because you need to call out this bullshit. I get it that you're being nice, and you be nice, but call it out. Say that this is bullshit that you're doing, because you have overly expressed yourself to one girl. You cannot now go and start flirting with another girl. Okay, I'm gonna leave him for a bit, which won't make any sense, because we're coming back to him right now. Jung-sub finds his way again to Choa upstairs. He's trying to chat with her, and then Cho-hyo, cock blocks, comes and sits down there, and he's just sitting there. So in the one-on-one interview, Cho-hyo said that he didn't know that he was actually interrupting anything, that he just knows how his sister is, and he wanted her to feel comfortable, and that's why he just went to sit there, which honestly I love and I respect. Junseop then invites Choa to go for a walk the next day. And guess where he invited her to go for a walk? At the same bloody park that SeSung had said she went on a walk with Cho-hyun to that day. So here's my thing about that. Yeah, maybe he did want to go to the park. I get that. But I feel like there was a bit of payback. There was definitely an element of being vindictive in that choice, because he brought it up. He was the one who said the park. And I feel like he wanted to just say something. Yeah, I went to the same park that you went to with Cho-hyun. So this was it wasn't a red flag, but it's definitely an orange flag. He has crossed yellow, people. There is no yellow anymore. This is orange. We're getting into the red territory. And I don't like that. We're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out. But I don't think that I will be in love with Jung-sub by the end of this series. I hope he changes our minds. Or my mind. I don't know about you guys, but I hope he changes my mind. But I don't see him. I definitely would not choose him for SeSung. That's just what I'm saying. The next morning, Choa and Cho-hyun are talking, and he asks who she thinks about. Oh no, he asks her what she thinks about Jung-sub. She answers that she's liking Jung-woo better these days. And I tell you, that left such a warm, fuzzy feeling in my belly. I was so happy to hear it. And I was like, y'all gotta give these people their chance, man. You have to give these people their chance, because they like each other. So let them explore it and see if it's something that can actually happen between them or not. Another letter arrives in the morning. The room of secrets is now open, and the siblings of any of the women who were chosen by multiple people will then interview the men that chose his sister, and decide which of those men is going to go on a trip with her for the 2-day trip. So in this event, 2 people had chosen Choa, Jung-sub and Jaehyung. I was actually surprised that Jaehyung had chosen Choa, but he said she was the only other person that he hadn't hung out with, so he wanted to, which is what I think he's doing. It's like he's going around making sure that he gets a date with every single person before he makes his decision, which I respect, because he's doing it in the most respectful way possible. So Cho Hyun is doing the interviews, and I have to say that Jung Sub definitely put in a lot more work than Jae Hyung did. Jae Wow, Jungsup came with questions. He became the interviewer. He was asking the broader questions. Now, the room of secrets. Obviously, you don't know who the sibling is, so it's two rooms divided by. It's basically an interview room where one you can all you see is your reflection, and the other person can see you. That's what it is. Their voices are modulated, so you can't guess who the sibling is. But I have to say that Jungsup he understood the assignment, and he cleared it like the postgrad student that he is. He did well. And in the end, Cho Hyun chose Jungsup because he just felt like, he said that Jungsup really did seem like he wanted to get to know his sister more. Now, where I really wanted to slap, guys, we do not condone violence on this channel. I'm not pushing violence for anybody, but sometimes some people need to be slapped. And where I really wanted to slap Cho Hyun was when he said Jae Hyung is inadequate to be his brother-in-law. And I was like, check yourself. Are you adequate to be somebody else's brother-in-law? Like, it's not the meaning behind what he said, it's how he said it. If he had just said, yeah, based on the interviews, he just felt like Jungsup was a better choice because Jungsup seemed more into getting to know his sister than Jae Hyung, and left it at that. I was fine. When he said that Jae Hyung was inadequate, it was the word inadequate that did not sit right with me, and I was like, fuck you. I don't even hate him, but I did not appreciate him using that word on anybody in the house. It's like, no, fuck that shit. I don't know why it pissed me off. Honestly, I don't know. I think I was already boiling from Jungsup, and the fact that Jungsup came prepared, I was like, I can't even fault you because you did everything right in this. Which makes me think that he might actually be more interested in Choa than SeSung. But he's just had more opportunities to get to know SeSung because SeSung has been in the house. Oh, that just clicked right down for me, guys. What do you think? What do you guys think? Please comment in the comment section. I need you guys to let me know because I can't be thinking this by myself. So he definitely maybe is more interested in Choa than he is SeSung. Okay. So Jae-hyung is told that he wasn't chosen, obviously, which I think that really irked him. But then again, he put zero effort into that interview. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not like he was dismissive or anything, but it was very like, yeah, I just want to get to know her because I haven't. And that was it. While by comparison, Jungsup came with all the questions. He came with a list of places that he wants to take the Choa, He came prepared. That's just the thing. I think if anybody else might have been sitting in the chair, maybe Jae-hyung would have stood a chance, but because it was Jungsup, and we all know Jungsup has had this hang-on for Choa since day one, yeah, kind of just blew him out of the water. But guess what? Jae-hyung was given an opportunity to either choose a different person or give up on the entire date completely. So he decided to choose Ji-won. Now, Cho Hyun had also chosen Ji-won initially, which I was like, yes, now Cho Hyun gets to sit in that interview chair and see what it feels like to be called inadequate. Not that he called Jae-hyung inadequate to his face, but I was just reveling in the fact that there was competition for Jae-hyung and he gets to feel, a little bit of what he has put the other guys through just because he used the word inadequate. Ji-won's brother, who we haven't actually met yet, starts the interview, and we only get to see Jae-hyun's interview. And with the questions that he was asking, I think it was the MBTI question. He asked a follow-up question when Jae-hyun answered the MBTI question, and Jae-hyun realized that there was a new guy in the seat, and the new guy was coming into the house. So I'm guessing the new guy will be introduced on their trip. Yeah, I'm not really sure what episode 6, how episode 6 is gonna go. I feel like maybe I might do a review of the first half and then do a reaction of the second half. I'm not really sure. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I really like this. I like the development. It looks like some people are actually really forming, you know, the ideas of what it is they're looking for in their partners. People like Yunha are still undecided, I think. People like Jaehyung are still undecided, I think. Jaewon likes someone, but I don't necessarily think that he likes her. Like, there's just a lot going on, and it's only episode 5, so obviously there's still time, because I wasn't even sure where Juyeon's attraction to Jaehyung started from. But it was, I think, that episode 1 when she saw him without makeup, because she was the one who said he looked like Woo, and I was like, you get it, girl. Get it. I like her. I want her to be matched up with the best possible option in this house. The people who are my favorites are, you know, Juyeon, Youngwoo, SeSung, Jaehyung. I like Jaehyung. I'm just not sure where he is at yet. Choa, I need her to be matched up with the best possible option for her, and for me, the best possible option for her is Youngwoo. And yeah, I think those are my favorite 6 right now. Not like I don't like the remaining ones. I'm still very much undecided about where I stand with them and where they stand on the show. So yeah, we'll just have to see. But yeah, I like that I did a review, because honestly, I got time. I was able to express a lot of the things that I've been holding back, because watching the episode yesterday, I was like, Jung-sub. But I can't fully put the blame on him, even though I think that he's going about things the wrong way. I can't fully put the blame on him, because I think SeSung has completely put all her eggs in one basket, which, you know, if you know, you know, but 5 days in, you know, so I guess she didn't even try to date around. But no, if you know, you know, right? So when I met my husband, I knew. I knew. I don't think he did, but I did. In fact, he did it. Let's just be honest. But I knew. I was like, if we decide that we're doing this, then this is it for me. And I think I even told him that. I told him that. I was like, you go do what you're doing, because if we start dating, then this is it for me. I'm not a hookup and, you know, scout kind of girl. Like, I'm choosing you. So if you are not done playing around, go have your fun. And when you're done, and if I'm still here, then we can get together. I made sure I put the if, because I was like, look, I'm not going to wait around forever while you're having fun. But if I'm here and we decide to embark on this journey, then you are it for me. I did say that. So I can't really blame SeSung. No, honestly, I can't blame her. But I can't 100% blame Jung-sub either. Even though I think that he is immature. Have they done ages? I don't think we know their ages yet, right? Because I don't think their ages were revealed in that last thing. I feel like he's just immature, and he does have some growing to do. But I also think that he might be possessive and also extremely jealous. Most definitely extremely jealous. I think he's one of those people who has to know what his wife or girlfriend is doing at every possible minute, and if he doesn't, he gets insecure. Yeah, that's the vibe that he's giving me. But, you know, let's see what episode 6 brings. You know, he's going to have that thing with, he's going to have his date with Joel. Let's see how that chemistry goes. But yeah, that's all we can do for now. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to do all the right things, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.